All right, joining us now, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn and New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Ladies, thank you very much. Senator Blackburn, Trump announced his plan to seize drug cartel assets to aid families victimized by migrant crime. He's going to take the assets over and swap them out to the families who got hurt. I think it's a pretty darn good idea, but I want you to weigh in. Can you do this kind of thing, and what do you make of it?
Asset seizures are something that law enforcement and our drug task forces have carried out for years. And what President Trump is recommending in this is that another consideration put on the table for how the proceeds from these asset seizures are used would go to these families to defray some of these expenses. And as we know, dealing with these criminal illegal aliens is something that has to be done. The apprehension, the detention, the deportation needs to take place. And this is another point of conversation President Trump is adding to this to help with the expenses these angel families have incurred due to injury and death of their loved ones.
Claudia Tenney, the DEA has been doing this kind of thing for quite some time. So we have precedent here. I don't know if any new laws have to be written, but this idea is just fundamentally a terrific idea.
Absolutely. First of all, we can do it because we are the appropriation side on the House. And I actually put in a bill called the Direct Act that would have taken the billions and billions of dollars that the Biden administration wanted to spend on the IRS agents and give that directly to our border agents. You can always set aside some of that for a fund for crime victims, especially these terrible situations we're seeing with Jocelyn Nungari being killed and murdered, a 12-year-old girl. It's awful. I mean, and the fact that President Trump reached out to her family, and where's Kamala Harris? The borders are. She did nothing.
Yeah.
She did nothing. And, you know, I know Claudia's from New York, but Senator Blackburn, you like New York, basically, or sometimes you like New York. There's a story in the New York Post today. It's about 530 busts by this gang, Trinidad Aragua, in Midtown, or the Midtown area. And they almost all of them got released. And people say that the illegal immigration situation is not the number one issue. I don't know. People say Donald Trump can't get any votes in New York. I don't know about that either. Seriously, this is in Midtown, Senator Blackburn. And they all got, we know who did it. The Venezuelan gangs did it, and they got released. What do you make of that?
What we know is every town's a border town, every state a border state because of these gangs that have come in. And the Biden-Harris administration has chosen to do nothing about it. And you put these Soros-backed DAs in place, and then you get leniency from many of these judges. And most of these criminals are 15, 16, 17 years old. They go to juvenile court, and they let them right back out. And, Larry, it is not only New York. It is Nashville. It is Memphis. It is cities and towns all across this country. It is why illegal immigration and the impact with the drugs, with gangs, human trafficking, sex trafficking, hundreds of thousands of children that cannot be located. It is why that is a major issue in this campaign. It's one of the reasons Donald Trump is going to win on Tuesday.
Claudia Tenney, you know, last one here. I've seen polls 60, 65%, maybe higher, want the deportation program, criminal deportation. And Mr. Trump said, doesn't mean everybody. Some people living here 15, 20, 25 years, that might be a different category. But the criminals here, people want them deported. And that's a big issue, Claudia.
I agree. And actually, my wonderful colleague on the Senate side said it perfectly about what's happening. This is the top issue. Donald Trump promises he's going to do that. And I'll tell you what the game changer is. I'm hearing Democrats talking about deportation and using the word mass deportation. When you see the Democrats realizing that not only are they being harmed by the security, it's also the economic conditions with over $5 billion of new taxes on New Yorkers, the highest tax state this year alone. So people are feeling the pain.